Now, I joined Team New Zealand for 1997, essentially as a graduate engineering intern, and progressed through to principal designer and technical director for the last decade. For me, the element of the cup that is kind of unique and special for me is essentially the size and the complexity. You have the resource within the America's Cup framework and the size of the team to really kind of reinvent for each design cycle. So you have to take a look at what's been done design-wise up to that point of time, and what are the new technologies you can bring into that, what other disciplines can you learn from, be that aerospace, and in this day and age, things like AI and machine learning that we can use. So for me, the challenge is around designing that design process and the resources and the talent you need to bring to that. With the announcement of the AC75, and it's a really bold move, obviously. The boat's big, so it's a tough scale to do that kind of scale of innovation. The boats are probably, in a way, more tricky than the foiling catamarans in that they have quite low stability to get going. They have very high stability once they're foiling, so the transition from one mode to the other could prove to be difficult in design terms. The scale between the man and the machine is enormous, and so the power requirements of actually sailing the boat for the guys on board will be big issues. The tendency of the English to form an orderly queue at any given situation is always one that makes me laugh. But I've lived in the UK for almost a decade on and off through the 90s and early 2000s. And my oldest child was born here. My connections to the UK are actually really strong, and it's to be here in the position I'm in is something I regard as a privilege. For me, very early days in Land Rover BAR. I think there's a really good sailing team. Grant and Ben have naturally a really good relationship, and that's going to make my job easier in terms of the kind of communications within the management group at the top of the team. And we really just wait for the class role and pick that apart and see what opportunities that presents us with.